Aloha, people of Learn with Samita Fashion and Sustainability. Thanks for being here. Today we are celebrating a milestone of achieving 137,000 subscribers. Now, what is Learn with Samita Fashion and Sustainability? So, some of you know that very early in my life, I saw the devastation that was happening because of fast fashion. Fast fashion was destroying not only the environment, but also the communities, the artisan communities. That's when I started Dida Eco Gifts Online. I normally focus on handcrafted and artisan made, and I try to support the environment and the communities. I used to actually go and talk to people about sustainability, eco-textiles, different aspects of responsible living. Yeah, at conferences, seminars, in classrooms. But come 2020, I couldn't do that. I couldn't go out and speak to people. And all of you know what's the reason. A reason that we will not like to remember anymore. That's when I launched my YouTube channel, Learn with Samita, Fashion and Sustainability. And as you can see, in the last 5 years, Learn with Samita has acquired a life of its own. I started talking to people about greenwashing. What's greenwashing? Greenwashing is when people claim to be sustainable, but they are not. It's just a facade. Then I began mentoring sustainable fashion startups. I also started answering questions. There were numerous questions about eco-textiles, about how to have a sustainable business. I have a wonderful YouTube video on how you can create your own sustainable business and how, in general, to live responsibility, to look after not only our environment, our surroundings, but also our communities. So let's just explain a few things. The cornerstones of Learn with Samita. What is sustainability? Sustainability is when we sustain the resources, when we protect the resources for our future generations. And it can be the environment, it can be flora and fauna, it can be the water bodies. But sustainability is also about the communities, the artisan communities, which are being destroyed by fast fashion. People are losing their crafts, and traditional textiles, traditional handcrafting is at the risk of just disappearing from the face of the earth. So that is something that I feel very strongly about. Then crafts. I would strongly recommend that you patronize artisan crafts, because you are not just buying an artifact, you are buying a piece of heritage. You are supporting those communities, you are supporting the culture, and you are continuing with the legacy. And wellness. We talk about wellness on Learn with Samita. And why do we do that? Because you cannot have one without the other. You cannot have sustainability without wellness, and vice versa. So on Learn with Samita, we share simple tips and tricks you can apply to your everyday life. Your everyday lifestyle can be sustainable, and it can promote your wellness. I get lots of questions on Learn with Samita and otherwise. First of all, there are those absolutely irresponsible questions like, why, Samita, do you have pink hair? Nothing to do with the subject matter. I have pink hair because I like it. It's my life, my choice, and I'm not talking about it. So no personal questions, please. But I am happy to answer questions about my niche, my expertise. And if you listen to me, if you come to one of my seminars, webinars, conferences, symposiums, if you come into my classrooms, you have to pay for my services. You have to pay to be able to learn from me. But on YouTube, on Learn with Samita, Fashion and Sustainability, it's free. whatever questions you have, it could relate to fashion in general, it could relate to sustainability, it could relate to textiles, eco textiles, vegan textiles. What is tussar silk? What is piece silk? What are the neo fabrics, the smart fabrics? So, and then I get questions about things like music, and that's because I have this wonderful video, um, the didgeridoo musician, and that video has gone viral. So as a result, I'm getting lots and lots of questions about his music. However, I do not know much about music. I try to answer all of these questions. And I actually read every comment. I read every comment. I read every question. And I try to answer these to the best of my ability. So those questions are very welcome. So keep sending those questions to me, and I'll make every effort to answer all of those questions and add to your knowledge. So being associated with Learn with Samita adds value to your life and to your own vision of fashion, vision of sustainability. Then, of course, I get those mandatory questions. Samita, how did you get from 0 to 137 subscribers? See, there's no secret sauce. You put yourself in your audience's shoes. What is it? Why would you want to watch Learn with Samita? Only because if I give you something unique, only because I give you value for your time and attention, only because if I add to your repertoire of knowledge. So try and do something unique and try and do it consistently, diligently. It's hard work, I know, and doesn't happen in a day. So this has taken like 5 years to come to this point. But keep going. It's not only in fashion, not only regarding YouTube, but with anything that you do in life. My business has taken me years to come to the point that I am here. I'm here today at a certain point, and it's taken several, many years and a lot of hard work. I'm not fixated about uploading videos at a particular time, particular date. That's not possible because I run 3 businesses. But at the same time, whenever I upload something, I try to make it worth your while. It should be interesting, maybe an event, maybe, some kind of trend forecast, something that tells you something about fashion and sustainability. So yeah, if you are consistent about uploading unique quality videos, that's the only secret sauce. No, I do not buy subscribers. I do not get bots. And not only for YouTube, but for all my platforms, I do not pay anyone to bump up my subscriber count, my follower count, because I do not want dead followers. I'm trying here very hard to build up a community of engaged followers, engaged subscribers, who we look forward we look forward to having a dialogue with you, talking about all aspects of a green living, green lifestyle. And that's what I'm trying to build up here. I am not chasing numbers here, and I do not pay anyone. And I'd suggest that don't pay anyone. And nothing comes like, overnight. Nothing happens overnight. And particularly fashion, for all of those of you, there may be many of you I know are trying to pursue a career in fashion or trying to start a fashion based YouTube channel. And I tell you, if you do not have the passion for fashion, I know it's a cliche, but if you do not have the passion for fashion, don't do it. If you are willing to embrace a career that's 24/7, 365 days a year, do it, but not otherwise. So what do you do about YouTube? It's a long haul thing. It'll not happen just in a few days, maybe a number of years. If it happens overnight, it's good on you. But it hasn't happened in my case. I have built up this community over like 5 years now, 5 years consistent and good hard work. The other question I get is, where do you get your content from? Who writes the script? It's all Samita. I would love to say that I have little clones of Samita. Little clones, I send these clones to different parts of the world who cover the exhibition, the events, everything for me. And I just sit at home in a nice air conditioned office and I just churn out, upload different kinds of videos. But the reality is far from that. It's not clones. It's Samita. Poor Samita. Hi, happy. How are you? And thanks for joining in. So anyway, it's poor Samita that does all the traveling, going from northern to northern hemisphere and vice versa, 22-hour flights, traveling into small towns, remote villages to be able to connect to my artisan communities. So it's hard work, but as I said, if you have the passion, then by all means. If you do not, and don't do things which are high Anita creation. Okay, Anita creation, good luck to you. Lovely. I'll check out. I'll definitely subscribe. And what is it about? Will you quickly tell me what is it about? So anyway, if you have the passion and if you are willing to work hard, I work 24/7, and I'm telling you, I'm not a spring chicken. But even now, after so many years in the rag trade and a decade in fashion academics, I still work 24/7. So that's what I have to say here. My top tips, as I said, be diligent, be consistent, and try to upload videos about things wonderful Marathi YouTube channel. So please subscribe to Happy. Her and thanks for listening in. Her channel name is Anita Creation. Please give her a subscribe to Anita's channel, Happy's channel. Okay. So, and anyone I don't mind promoting and supporting fellow YouTubers, but do not, as I said, send vitriolic kind of comments. Okay. So let me see, what else can I tell you about YouTube? Yeah. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is make videos in your niche. If you have expertise about something, if you are an expert on anything, just make videos about that. Do not fake, do not plagiarize, do not usurp. Just because your neighbor's auntie has a very successful YouTube channel on cooking, you don't have to do that. I cannot do that. I don't like cooking. I'm a reluctant cook. I do what I know I'm confident about, which is fashion, which is sustainability, eco-textiles, crafts. This is my forte. I do not go outside of that. So try and tell people. You cannot fool people. Okay. So talk to them about things you know. So I think we have been talking for a while. I don't like to talk about 13 minutes. But just one thing I want to tell you, this is just not my victory. It's your victory. It's just not me. It's the entire community. My family, my long-suffering, ever-supportive husband, my daughter, my team, and most importantly, you, my followers and subscribers. I am here today, and this has just started as a trickle. A lot of people ask me, how did it grow? It was drop by drop, one subscriber at a time. Then it became a trickle, and now it's a strong flow. So all of that has happened because you have supported me, and continue with your support. This is, as I said, thank you so much for supporting me. And when I see 137,000 subscribers, it's not a number for me. It's a community of people who believe in eco-living, who believe in sustainable community, who believe in conserving our heritage, our legacy for future generations. So let's continue with this movement. As they say that I think I had read about this somewhere, that I had started alone just by myself. And then people just started joining me, and it became a movement. This is in, I think it's in Hindi or Urdu, but this is the gist of the proverb, that I had started alone, but people joined me and it became a movement. So continue with the movement. And I must tell you, um, this is just the beginning. So I have many, many, many videos in the pipeline. Coming up next week is a wonderful video on Gianni Versace. So Gianni Versace, as you know, who was one of the cornerstones of contemporary fashion, and he died tragically. He went too soon, So I went and attended his retrospective in London, and that's coming up next week. So I'll try, to the best of my knowledge, to the best of my ability, to give you content that's worth your while. Do as many. I'm going to the Impressionists and the Kimono exhibition, maybe in a fortnight. So all of that is coming, Scotland, everything about tartans and tweeds. So I just do my husband says you go mad when you see these it's just the passion that should be there. So that's what I've been doing all my life. So yes, more eco fashion, more sustainable lifestyle, more wellness, mindfulness. So as you know, I've been married to a health professional for a long time. And I try to incorporate a little bit of that in my videos, because I think this is just an ecosystem, all of these things together. So you tell me. Oh, wonderful. I also am like you, happy. I am Bengali, but I understand. I speak English, I speak Hindi, and I understand at least a dozen languages. So because I travel so much. So if you travel, you have to, you understand a smattering of Arabic, a little bit of French because of my profession. So yes, happy. I'm so happy you joined me, and I will follow Anita Creation. So that's me from, I think I've spoken for 17 minutes and it's time to say goodbye. But thanks for joining me. I'm elated that, this is happening, and lots of things coming up in future. Stay subscribed. Spread the Learn with Samita buzz. See, we do not have grandiose marketing budgets. So we rely on you and our team, our family of members and subscribers. And do tell me in comments, where are you from? Like Happy has said, she's got a Marathi YouTube channel. And also, what is your take on sustainability? So till next time, this is Samita signing off. Bye for now. I'd love to do more lives, but there's only one Samita and there are so many things to do. Okay, bye for now. Thanks again. Thanks for being there. So this is a toast to all of you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for helping us grow. Thanks for being a part of the sustainability movement. Stay well, stay sustainable. Bye for now.